Hello everyone and welcome to the Divi feature update live, coming to you every Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern. Today I have an exciting tutorial I'll be talking about, and this is the Divi Builder Helper. So I'll be covering why we need to use this, how you can use this, and why this is beneficial to you and your clients. So before I continue, I'd like to do a sound check and just make sure that my sound is sounding good and everything is working fine. So if you can hear me loud and clear, please give me a thumbs up on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, just say yes so that I know that everything is good. So I'm just going to make sure that our sound is sounding good. Okay, great. So I'm getting a thumbs up here on Facebook, which is fantastic. And already I can see that we have quite a few people that have joined us on Facebook. We have Tran, we have Craig, we have Dodong, I think, from the Philippines. Awesome. And here on Facebook as well, we are broadcasting on Facebook too. So on Facebook here, we have Agante from Berlin saying hi from Berlin. Awesome. Okay, great. So as I mentioned earlier on, we are talking about the Divi Builder Helper. Now this is very important because we see a lot of questions on our YouTube channel, and also on our blog, asking about features about what our modules can do and what sort of features that we can add and do with these modules. Now, what maybe a lot of people don't realize is we actually have a Divi Builder Helper built into the Visual Builder. So you can actually go in and for whatever module, a section, or row that you want to take a look at, there are actually videos that can give you an up-to-date way of using these features. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through and cover the best way to use these. And also, by the way, there's over 70 of these videos out there, and we constantly update them just to make sure that we're up to date with all the features that we add. And also, if you want some documentation videos, these can be found on elegantthemes.com/documentation, and also on our YouTube channel. If you go to our YouTube channel, you'll see all those documentation videos. But what I'll be showing you today is actually the Divi Builder Helper, because sometimes in your workflow, it may be quite tricky to move away from your website, go to the YouTube channel, find the videos, and then come back to your workflow. Now, we've made things much easier, and this is what I'm going to show you today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over here and go to our website. So that alarm just drives me crazy sometimes. But anyway, let's take a look. So okay, we also have Jose that has just joined us, and I can see people are laughing at my alarm. Anyway, it happens all the time. Not sure why they test it while I'm doing my live stream. But anyway, so I'm just going to check something here quickly just to make sure that right. Okay, so everything is cool. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over here to my website and then show you how we can actually use this helper system. Okay, so I'm going to start off by creating a brand new page. So I'm going to come over here to Pages, click on Add New. Right, so we're just going to call this page Helper. Like that. Use the Divi Builder, and then we're going to go straight into the Visual Builder. Now, to make things easier for us, what we're going to do is we're just going to upload a layout so that we have a good starting point, because this saves me time to create a page from scratch. So I'm just going to choose this farmer's layout pack, and then I'm going to go with, let's go with the about page, and then click on use this layout. So it's going to take a while to download because I'm also streaming and also downloading this at the same time. Okay, so now that our layout has been loaded, I'm just going to delete this for now. Right. So in order for you to start to see all these videos or to see the helper in action, what you need to do is to actually go into a module, a section, or a row. So let's start off by going into, let's say, this module. So I'm going to click this gear icon here to go into my text settings. Now, you'll notice that we have a question mark here. Now, this is the actual helper. I know it seems like it's a very small thing and it's sometimes unnoticeable, but this is where you need to go every time you're stuck or you need to find out how to best use these modules. So if I click here on help, you see here that we have this pop-up. Okay. Now, the great thing with this is we can actually expand this, make it bigger. So you see, like right now, I've just dragged the corner right here. And as I drag it, I can actually resize this and make it the size that I want. Okay. And so this will give you a video, which gives you an introduction to the text module. It also goes into the design settings and advanced module settings, saving and loading from the library. So this is actually really good because it doesn't break your workflow. So as you're working, you can just go in quickly, find out what this text module does. And the great thing here as well is we have this tab which gives you access to your shortcuts. So if you want to work fast in your designs, it's actually advisable that you start applying these shortcuts because it makes your workflow faster. So this is how easy it is to actually access your helper. Now, let me show you something else that you can do here. So let's say, in fact, I'm going to close this and I'm going to go ahead and save this. Right. So let's say you want to take a look at maybe the section, how it works, and you want to find out more about it. So again, you click on the section settings, you click on the help, right? And then this gives you the videos that are to do with the actual sections. So here we have an introduction to sections, design, settings, and advanced sections, saving and loading from the library. So these are the sort of tutorials that you need to go through just to give you an idea of how the sections work. And also the great thing about this is you can drag this and put it wherever you want. So on your page, so you can actually put it right here so that you can watch the video as you make your changes over here to the right. Now, out of curiosity, how many of you actually use this Divi Builder helper? As a show of hands, I mean, if you're on Facebook, if you can just give me a yes in the comments box or even on YouTube. If you use it, if you can just say yes. If not, if you can just add a no. And then I can also go ahead and cover more things. Okay, so now before I move on to the next thing, now I've shown you how to drag this and place it wherever you want, right? Now there's also another thing here that you can actually also do is if I hover over this video, you can see this icon that pops up at the top right here of the video. If I click on this, notice what happens. The interface of this actually changes, right? So this is much cleaner. You can actually drop it right there in the top corner if you wanted to. Again, just like before, you can just drag it to wherever you want. But now, here's the change. Instead of having this layout as the topics one below each other, now we have it as a little slider here. So you can just slide through and navigate to the video that you want. And if you want to get out of this, all you have to do is to click this X like that, and then you're out of it. Okay? So I'm just going to take a look here and take a look at the feedback. And I see here Agante says never. Wow. Okay. But hopefully you can see how easy it is to access the documentation videos. I mean, this is actually a good way of actually learning how to use Divi, because sometimes it can be a bit challenging to look at random videos. But if you wanted to sort of like get yourself up to speed on how to use Divi, you can actually go through these videos And you can make it your goal to go through these videos and see and cover each module and each section and rows and what they do. Okay, so I'm just taking a look here on Facebook and see the response. Atif says, normally use your videos for help. That's great to hear. But Atif, you can also use the Divi Builder videos. Okay, cool. Atif says, did Mac press the red button again? No, I didn't press the red button. Okay. Bob says sometimes. Great. Great. Awesome. Okay. So right. So back over here to our helper. So this was the sections. I'm going to go ahead now and save. Right. So again, if I need to go into the rows, we have the same thing. If I click here on the row settings, again, we have this help. And I normally prefer working with this in this mode, right? So again, here we have all your Divi row options. We have your design settings and advanced settings, saving and loading from the library, and introduction to rows. So as you can see, each and every module, row, and section has videos to get you up and running. And it is very, very simple to use. And as I mentioned, this is a great way of learning how Divi actually works. So as I mentioned before as well, we have over 70 videos that you can go through, and these cover pretty much everything within Divi. Okay, so we did the text module, so I'm just going to do a few more here just to show you that there's also more on each and every module. So I'm going to come here to this video module. Click on the settings, help, and again here we can see what we can do with all these videos. So they're a great start to get you up and running with learning how the Divi Builder works. Now I also mentioned that we also have documentation videos, and these are on elegantthemes.com. In fact, what I'll do is I will add a link to all these resources so you can take a look. So this is where, in fact, let me get my, so it's Elegant Themes /documentation, and also on our YouTube channel. But the thing is, I would suggest that you use these videos from the Divi Builder itself, because it's direct to whatever you're working with and not necessarily random videos. But of course, you can learn more, as Atif said, from the videos that we do or that we publish on a weekly basis. So that's where you can also learn some new tips and techniques on how to use some of these modules and the latest features that we add on. But this is a great feature that you can actually recommend your customers or your clients to actually use after you've built this website for you. Now, I really want to touch a bit more on that as well, because sometimes the challenge is when you design websites for your clients, they may keep coming back to you saying, how do I do this on my website? How do I update this? How do I change this and that? Now, we've made this great for you, the designer, and also for your clients. So this is going to really take away a lot of time that you are going to spend trying to explain how each module, section, or row actually works. So all this now is within the builder, which means that your clients can actually go in and take a look at these videos and find their way around much easier. Now, we will be adding more of these videos as we add new features. So we just have to keep an eye on the Divi Builder helper and and we will be updating them as I mentioned. So if you have any questions, please do leave your questions in the comments box below. And those of you who are just joining us, this is the Divi Feature Update Live, a show that we bring to you every Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern. This is a live show where we broadcast on Facebook and also on YouTube. So the reason for this show is pretty much to bring you up to speed with our latest features that would have released, go in depth and show you how to best use these features moving forward. Okay, so I'm just going to take a look here and see if we have any questions. Oh yes, Tran says, hope you add new video for pre-made layout feature. That's a very good point. In fact, I'll make a note of this. Great. I've made a note of that. This is something that I will be suggesting to the team. We have a meeting today, so I'll suggest this to the team, and this is something that we'll be working on, no doubt. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, so no questions here so far on Facebook. Okay, so pretty much this is what I have for you today in our feature. I know it's not as long as we normally have the other features, but pretty much this is what covers our Divi Builder helper. So go ahead, go in there and start learning how these modules, sections, and rows work by just going into those videos. This makes it much easier for you to master this visual builder, because sometimes you may have questions about a specific thing, but all these videos may already cover this thing. So this is what I pretty much brought to your attention so that you can take a look at it and even learn and expand your knowledge on these things. So as I mentioned, next week we are here again at 7 a.m. Eastern with new features that I'll be talking about. Hopefully we should have our latest update now on track, and after that there's going to be a lot of very exciting Divi features. I know I mention this all the time, but behind the scenes we are actually working on features that make your web design experience even better. So that's our goal at Elegant Themes. You know, we work on all these features and make this design process very exciting and very easy for you. So look forward to more features coming up next week and the following weeks. So this is all I have for you today. So for those of you that have tuned in on the program today, I'd like to thank you very much for tuning in, and do come again next week at the same time at 7 a.m. Eastern, and we will be covering another topic. So thank you very much for watching and have a great week. Thank you.